We are also launched due class notebook, if that time will allow. And finally, we shall also have a moment to talk about classwork management. So those 4 items, they are kind of heavy, but we hope that with your cooperation and support, we shall be able to cover that content within the given time. So allow me therefore share my screen. And again, thank you for the people who have volunteered to give recap. I was very keen and I picked their names and the schools. It's always good to like participate. Otherwise, what we are doing may not be very meaningful to you. So thanks a lot, Isaiah. Thanks a lot, Eugenia. That was very good of you. So please confirm if you can see my screen.
I can see it, sir, from my end.
Right.
And the other members also kindly use your virtual hand so that at least you can interact and know that you are seeing the screen.
Sure. So if you have any concern or any question, you need clarification, please make use of the chat section. Pack your questions there, which I think we shall get some moment to review the questions. And yeah.
There are 3 hands up, sir. There are 3 hands up from Amani Kaingu, Abubakar Mkuzi, and Isaiah Wanyonyi. Is there any concern before we take off these 3 people? Amani Kaingu, if you can unmute and tell us if there is a challenge. Amani Kaingu, your hand is up. Abubakar Mkuzi, your hand is up. And Isaiah Wanyonyi, the hands are up. Okay, I believe maybe, oh, I can see they are coming in. Yes, Mkuzi?
All is well. I was just raising my hand to confirm the presence of the meeting.
Okay, fine. Thank you, sir. Oh, fine. Thank you. Thank you. You can mute now so that you can allow our facilitator to continue. Thank you. Karibu endelee, sir.
All right, thank you so much. So let's log into our Office 365 accounts. As usual, you need to go to your browser and type in office.com. So if you had logged in earlier on and you didn't log out, then it should take you to that platform directly. And that should be the practice. If you're using your own personal laptop, you could also like be saving the passwords just in case you forget, you can quickly, like the system can take you to the platform without any hassle. So once you log into your Microsoft, Office 365 account, we have been moving to Teams. That is the work we've been doing from yesterday, the day up before. And so under Teams, we created Teams itself. We also created channels yesterday. And we were also able to add files. We were also able to add extensions of other applications like the YouTube, just in case you needed to engage your learners or the participants in that team even further. We looked at how you can also manage the team and how also you can manage the channel. Okay, so today I want us to start with by looking at Copilot. And I want someone to just tell the team if you have heard about Copilot. And if yes, then you tell us, what do you think Copilot can do for you as a teacher? So you can raise your hand up, or you could put your comments in the chat.
We have Isaiah Wanyonyi. Kindly unmute and respond.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Copilot, as from my part, I mean just a platform whereby you can share certain information to other parties. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Someone else?
Any other member? So that we can be interactive. Let us be interactive. What you know about Copilot, and as well you can Google what it is, if it is new, and give us, so that at least we know that we are communicating from both ends. Anyone?
Okay, so if nobody else needs to like attempt that, then we can proceed. So when you launch your office, yes.
Because it's like we still want to learn more. Let us just continue.
Okay. So I was saying, once you log into your Office 365 account, you have so many applications. And as I said previously, these are very powerful tools, very powerful, because Microsoft is a global tech company. And this account is an organization account, the Office 365 Mwalimu account. So we are hopeful that this space is safe, and that when you interact with it, then you are rest assured that what you do is in safe hands. So out of these many applications, one of the applications that we are focusing on today is the one I'm highlighting here, we call Copilot. So Copilot is an AI, artificial intelligence. Now, when you hear about artificial intelligence, again, I just want to hear from anyone. What is your understanding about AI in terms of what it does, or just definition? Has anybody heard about AI? And if yes, what does it do, or what can it do for you as a teacher?
The hands up, please. Any hand up? Are we there? AI. I can see Peter Kinyanjui. Kindly unmute and respond, sir.
Yes.
Just talk, sir. Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is Peter Kinyanjui, Malawi.
Thank you.
AI stands for artificial intelligence, and basically it entitled or it involves use of technology, use of modern technology in various areas. In education, an example of an AI we can use, maybe for example, you can say the Scratch. The Scratch can be used as an example of an AI in education, or it can help a teacher in delivering content using the new technology, and more especially the use of robots and whatever such thing. So an example is a Scratch.
Okay, thank you, sir. Any additional? There is Virginia. Virginia, your hand was up. Thank you, sir. Bana Peter.
Yes.
Virginia, yeah, welcome.
It's a computer system that can perform tasks typically requiring human intelligence, like learning, reasoning, problem solving, like that.
Is it Muleji?
Yes.
Is it from Muleji? Which school?
Me, no, I'm Kaliamombe.
Kaliamombe. Thank you, Virginia. Inyangala, please.
And AI.
Yes. Continue. Unmute and continue, madam.
Is where machines design like humans and respond like humans.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think that's very good of you. Please mute now.
Responses in our chat also. I can say Kahindi Kaunda saying AI can generate schemes of work, lesson plans. Generally, it can generate teaching materials. Another one, Monakombo Mohammed, Copilot offers a powerful AI assistance that can automate tasks, generate content, and even personalize learning experiences for educators. Charo Kaingu, AI is a system that is used to generate content. Thank you, sir. You can continue.
Thank you so much. That's very encouraging. So when you talk about AI, it's actually when we are able to like talk to the machine, and the machines are able to give us feedback. We could think of a sort of intelligence that can read and also give you stuff in form of text, in form of images, in form of videos. And so one of the best AI that Microsoft has developed is what you call Copilot. And Copilot is regarded to be safe as opposed to other generative AIs that you people know, because we have had the common AI tool, which we call ChatGPT. But then when you talk of Copilot, what comes to your mind is an AI generative tool brought to us by Microsoft. So from the word co-pilot, as the teacher, you are the pilot, but then you have an assistant, and that is the core. So for us, we are supposed to look at how then can this co-pilot help us come up with content, come up with images, because sometimes we are so limited to even design teaching and learning resources. Sometimes the time is not enough for us. And sitting down, like designing a chart, drawing a cow, drawing a house, that can be very cumbersome considering the workload that we have in our schools. So AI, which is Copilot for this case, can really simplify your work and become an efficient teacher. So for those who are following, you should have launched Copilot like what I've done. And you realize that Copilot needs to be like fed with some information. So what you really want from Copilot has to be defined. And the way you define it will also determine the output. So the basic approach is getting to know how you can craft a prompt. We call it prompt engineering. You need to learn the skill of asking the AI, like, can you please give me a picture of a cow eating maize in a neighbor's home? If that is what you want, can you please give me, you draw for me a story building, one of the story buildings at the center of Mombasa City? So that instruction is what we call the prompt. So the prompt has to have a persona. The prompt has to have a persona. And this persona is you give the AI, the Copilot, what we call a role. That is one thing you need to note. You give the AI a role. We call a persona. How is that? You could say act as a science teacher, act as a math teacher, act as a art craft teacher. That is a role you are giving to the AI. The other thing is an objective. It must be clear. So for example, if I say act as a science teacher, remember I'm trying now to come up with a prompt, a science teacher, okay? That is a role. You are giving the AI a role as a science teacher. So what do you want to be helped as a science teacher? What do you want the AI to do? The objective, okay? Create, we say create we say three-dimensional or 3D, a 3D house, okay, with an outdoor atmosphere, okay. Create a 3D house with an outdoor atmosphere. That is now the objective. Up to that far. Then you also need to highlight the audience, like for who is that design directed to. So you could say that I can use for with that I can use with or as a teaching resource, for my grade 6 learners. Okay. Remember now I'm trying to put the audience. So that resource will be ideal for grade 6 learners. Okay. Then now you can put the limits. Okay. You could say, please, or make the image, or make the house have let's say 2 doors or 3 doors. 3 doors, colored, let's say colored blue. Okay. So look at this prompt. Look at it very closely. I'm going to read again. I'm saying act as a science teacher. That is the role I'm giving to my AI. That statement is the persona. Then when I say create a 3D house with an outdoor atmosphere, that is the objective. And that I can use the resource as a teaching aid for my grade 6 learner. For my grade 6 learner, that's the audience. And then the boundary, not just a house like that. I needed to have 2 or 3 doors. And of course, those doors are colored red. That's the boundary. So once you have a prompt like this, you kind of be specific. And when you push it to the AI, just see how AI will respond. So if you have a very strong internet, it should take you just a few seconds to load. I hope the people are also trying. Looks like my internet is not very much stable, but the image is being generated. So as we wait for this image to generate, we should also be trying in our own ways, because this is just an example. Okay, so you can see the house. You can see this house. Let me try to zoom. Are you able to see the house? A 3D house designed for grade 6 science learners with an outdoor atmosphere, including grass, trees, and a clear sky. The house should have 3 visible doors, all colored blue. The design should be educational and visually engaging, suitable for use as a teaching resource. So include realistic textures and lighting to enhance the learning experience. Now, this is an image you can download. You click here, the image, you can download the image. And assuming you have a colored printer in your school, only what you need is get all the images that are good for your lesson. Then you could stick them on a chart or a manila paper, and then you are good to go. So how much time has it taken for us to generate this image? Assuming you are supposed to draw on a chart, this could take even 2 days or even more. So this is just an example. You could prompt the AI in a different way. But most importantly, what we are seeing is there should be the role in that prompt. There should be an objective. There should be the audience, okay? And of course, you need to have a boundary. In addition, don't forget to use a polite tone. You could start by greeting, okay? You could start by greeting. You could say, hello, Copilot, okay? It costs you nothing. When you treat others with courtesy and politeness, then you can even see how they behave, even on the physical space. So when you have to put, when the prompt is written like this, it also makes no harm when you say, please, okay? And maybe you conclude by saying thank you. So that's about just using polite words. But the main idea behind prompting is you need to have the role in that prompt. You need to have the object. You need to have audience and also the boundary. So this is image generation. You could prompt it to do a lesson plan. You could prompt it to do to craft a resume, that is a CV. If you are looking for jobs, you could craft it to like give you some recipe. If you want to cook pilau and you don't know the steps, I'm very sure AI can also help you out.
Okay, sir. There is one hand, Peter Kalama. Any concern, sir? The school under your concern? Peter? Peter?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, kindly, can you improve your volume key so that you can be heard? You are very low.
Okay. So this is Peter Kalama from Mikomani.
Yeah, I can get you, sir.
Yeah. So that is very good. I think it's a very good way of demonstrating the content to the learners. So
yes, you are on off. You are in and out, sir. Kindly stabilize the machines you are using. Yes.
I'd wish to get 2 people who can share their screen, and then we see their prompts and what they are able to get from the AI.
Okay.
2 people. This could be lady and a gentleman.
A lady and a gentleman who can be able to, I can see, oh, PK's hand is still up. Peter, can you share the screen? Any other person, you raise up your hand so that we give you this opportunity to also do so. Mwanakombo, Mohammed? Virginia, I can see you are trying it out. Can you do something, madam? Machines are really giving us hectic time here.
It's okay. It's okay. That is something to be expected, but then we need to like push. And so we want to see how is your prompts.
There is the Dorothy Mora. Dorothy Mora, kindly unmute and take the floor, madam. The school and your response. Dorothy Mora, unmute and talk to us, madam.
All right. So if nobody is willing to share, we can still proceed.
Okay, there is Tower. Let's see whether Tower can go through. Tower from Kaoyeni, I believe. Kindly unmute and talk. Tower?
Yes, sir.
Okay, welcome, sir.
Okay, let me try
to
share.
We can see your screen, sir. Continue.
Okay. Okay, so that is a 3D house which I had created.
Okay, we want to see the prompt, and let's critique the prompt. Let's see, like, does it have the 4 elements that make a prompt a good prompt? We say there should be a persona, objective, audience, and actually the boundary. So let's see, and then we give our opinion. We give our ideas to this prompt by Tower. So what is your prompt? Just read it.
Yes, my prompt is act as a science teacher and create a 3D house that I can use to teach grade 4 learners.
Are you reading what is displayed, or you are reading words which are not there? Read there again.
I can see it, sir. It is a display.
I have displayed it.
Yeah, in fact, I can read it from this end. Yeah, it's
read it, please.
Act as a science teacher, create a 3D house that I can use to teach grade 4 learners.
Okay. So what can you say about that prompt? Is it good enough? What's the persona there? The role.
Hope you can see it.
Yeah,
I'm just
there.
As we can see, go back to the prompts. We are interested with the prompts. We are just interested in the prompts. The output is not much of our concern for now. Just scroll up. We want to see the prompt again. Are you using a laptop?
Yes, I'm using a laptop.
Thank you. Scroll up.
And scroll up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there you are.
That is, yeah, there you are. So let's look at this prompt. That is the other people in the group. We say the prompt has to be specific. That is a kind of, there should be an objective. There should be, give it a role, the persona. There should be the audience. There should be the boundary. And you should also use a polite tone. But again, you also need to put your expertise. So writing sentences, they must be grammatically correct, including full stops. So now let's look at this prompt and give our input. Does it have the persona? Somebody can just unmute and talk about this prompt.
Virginia? RD, Rhoda, I think it's Rhoda.
Rachel.
Yeah, continue.
Is Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel.
For me, I can see that it has the role that is act as a science teacher.
Okay.
And then there is the objective, whereby it is create a 3D house that I can use to teach. And then there is the audience, whereby we have the grade 4 learners, but there is no boundary. And then the language, it is not that polite. He has not used the polite words like maybe, please, or even saying thank you. There isn't that.
All right,
that
thank you so much.
On my
thank
side.
you so much. Thank you so much for that input. Somebody else? If you look at it, this is a prompt, and of course you get the results, you get the output, but you may not get the best output if you don't put an effort in the prompting section. So even George, some people write, yes.
George is online, wanted to come in. George Wanyonyi.
Okay.
George Wanyonyi.
Yes.
Your background is noisy. Good afternoon.
Yes, according to me,
yes,
I have identified 3 things. 1 is the persona, 2 is the objective, 3 is the audience, but I have not seen the boundary.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I think that is good reflection, and thank you, Tav, for sharing. But I was also very keen to see like all the elements in that prompt, including the polite tone, including good grammar, because I can see I written small letter. I can see grade. I'm not sure whether grade is a proper noun. The statement has no full stop. So that again compromises the quality of the output. So even as you think about prompting any AI, you must be very thorough in the sense that the output is determined on the prompt that you you direct the AI to do. So thanks a lot for sharing that. And I think those who are trying, you could even try, apart from creating images, you can try if it can bring a lesson plan for you. And then let us know. You can try if it can bring like design a project outline for you. You can try it and see if AI will suggest some teaching and learning resources for science in those schools that lack science equipment. So just the prompting is what we need to learn as a skill. The rest now, leave it to AI to do the work for you. Please, even when you just write in capital letters, in the digital space, it is regarded as shouting. So if you are writing capital letters, like you are pronouncing, I mean, you are commanding. So if you command to me, then maybe the output will not be as smooth as you expect. So that's how AI works, and my Copilot is one of them. Unless there are questions up to that point, can pick a few. Thank you, Lillian, for sharing this. You can see now, whatever you generate, you could download and maybe share in that WhatsApp. And you could also attach the prompt so that we see, like, are we like doing what demands for us to do in terms of coming up with a good prompt. So thank you, Lillian, for sharing that. It's good enough, but we are very keen to see the prompt, not just the image. We are very keen to see the prompt. Any concern? All right, then. So there are two ways in which you can interact with the AI tool. In this case, is Copilot. And what we need to understand is that the teacher is the pilot, and you have an assistant. Don't now just leave your role as the pilot and become like somebody who is the co-pilot yourself. What does that mean? You need to critique the content that comes out of the AI. You need to compare, like fact check, because the AI makes mistakes. Don't think that all that is generated by AI is super cool. You have to understand that AI can make mistakes. And so it's also good enough to even give prompts to different AI tools and see what could be the disparity, what is the difference, then fact check. So if you're doing a research, a master's research, you are doing a thesis, don't just pick, copy and paste. You need to authenticate and verify the information you get. And again, you have to cite those sources, and you tell, you need to like tell that this information comes from AI Copilot. And the citation has to be as directed by your professor. It could be APA, MLA, whichever, but the citation has to be very much correct. So what I'm saying here, do not just be overexcited and assume that whatever comes in AI is super correct. You have to critique that and give it a second thought. Yes, okay, sir.
Kindly, sir, there is a question here from the chat. Someone is asking, apart from the pictures, can it create clips? This is Rafael Nyabuto. Clips as a teaching aid. Rafael Nyabuto has asked that question.
Thank you. I think now it's time to explore because AI, we just expose you to the tool, and then you need to like see. You could have now put a prompt and see what Copilot does. If it doesn't make, it will say, sorry, I can't generate videos. I can't generate clips. Try another application, because generative AIs are so many. But I'm not saying it can, and also I'm not saying it cannot. Give a try, just try. Anything that comes to your mind and you feel like, I want to see if Copilot can help me, push it. But that prompt is what matters. That prompt is what matters. If you put a very broad and undefined prompt, I'm not saying you don't get the output, but it's not as specific as when you define what we have said. You give it a role, the objective, the audience, and the boundary, not forgetting your expertise. So if you are an English teacher, we don't expect you to write sentences beginning with a small letter. If you are a teacher of grammar, you all have to write your sentence ending in a full stop. So those are some of the things that we consider them to be your expertise as you do the prompting. So keep exploring. Keep exploring. Then you can come back to us and say, I have found that AI Copilot does not produce clips of videos. Yeah. Any other concern?
I can see Virginia wanted to come in, and Virginia, kindly, any concern? Virginia Mweni? Okay, you can proceed, sir.
So I want us to move to the second part, and this is the forms. Okay, so allow me share the screen once again. We have been interacting with forms, and even the registration form was made using that application we call Forms.
Can we confirm whether you can see the screen by thumbs up from your side, members? Can we see the screen? The shared screen? Good. Okay, continue, sir.
All right, thank you. So again, within those applications in Microsoft 365 account, we are able to locate forms. So here we have Copilot, Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneDrive, Teams, SharePoint. If you don't see it here, you always go to all applications and then try to scroll down, locate forms. So forms is here. It says customize surveys and quizzes, get real-time results. So click on that. Give it a moment to load. So once the form launches, this is where it takes you. Okay. At this point, you have some 3 action buttons on top here. You can start a new quiz. Okay. And a quiz is an assessment, a test. In this case, the quiz and the form, they are 2 different things, because the quiz is meant to assess like an exam, and that you can assign some points to each and every question. So the grading is automatically done if you go on the direction of a quiz. New form is where you can create a form to collect information like the one we are interacting with, the registration form. You can do it from here. You can also import, if you have some like a template in Word, which is in form of questions, and you want to use those questions as form questions, you can quickly pick it up from this point. So I want us to go to forms and click the forms button, new form button. So this takes you here. You can see we have, you can create a form using templates. When you click here, you have several templates. So you can, if you want a template, and you know a template is like it has some pre-filled information. So what you need to do is to edit and design it the way you want. So you can design a form from a template, if that is what you need. But if you want to design a new form, therefore, this is where you go and you give the form a title. So let's try to make a form here. Let's say AI training, Microsoft, RABAI. That is the title of the form. Now the form, you can also attach what you call description. What do you want like people to like do? You can define it here. Okay, like share your takeaways. Would say clearly share your takeaways away from the ongoing training. The ongoing AI training. Okay. So you can define what you need here. It can be a paragraph, it can be a whole page. This section accommodates so many other things. And on the title again, there's a place you could put, you can put a media. It can be an image. So when you click here, if you want to have an image from the web, you can always go search here from Bing. Bing is a search engine. You can pick an image from your computer. You can pick an image from OneDrive. So let's say we want to search AI image, maybe from the web. So you can do it here and then search. You can see. So there are many suggestions of AI generated image. And assuming I want to use this one, then I click at it and then I click add. You can see the image comes here. If you want to delete it, just click on the delete icon and it goes. Right. So now, when you are here, you can choose. Do you want to have the form as a multiple choice question? Do you want to have the form as people to write their responses, that is text? Do you want to use rating? Like in a scale of 1 to 5, how do you rate the presenter? Okay. Do you want to talk about depth? Do you want to have a question which is about ranking or Likert scale? You can also be prompting the people to upload a file. Okay. You could also use a net promoter score, and you can also use a section. You have seen forms having different sections, like section A, section B. That's how it goes. So assuming that we need to go by the text, click on text, and then you have one. The first question is, you could say, what is your understanding about, what is your understanding about Copilot? Copilot as an AI. Okay. So now at that point, this is the question. Down here, you have long answer, or if you leave it at that, then it means the answer is just short, like 1 word, 2 words, 1 sentence. But if you want the person to write like a full paragraph or so, then you click long answer so that you can expand the place where that person can write the response. So that is question 1. Then I can add question 2. Okay, question 2, I can decide maybe to take what? A multiple choice section, option. I could say, I could say here, what is the difference? What is the difference between let's say OneDrive and Google Drive. And then I can give the options. I can say OneDrive is by Microsoft. I can say OneDrive is by Microsoft, while Google Drive is by Google. Then second option, I could say Google Drive is by Microsoft, and Microsoft, while OneDrive is by Google. So assuming this is a question that I have designed, and this is a form, I can try to push it to the people the way it is, but it doesn't look so much appealing. So if you go on top here, we have style, we have settings, we have preview. So under style, when you click style to the right, there are several styles you could choose. Just pick the one that you feel is good for you. For me, I can pick this. Okay, or I pick this. Can see? Right. When I go to settings, there are a number of things that I can do here. It asks who can fill out this form. So if you have restriction, you can say only people in the Teacher Service Commission can fill, but this now restricts those who are not in Teachers Commission. So I can only say anyone can respond. Then option for responses, accept responses. I can lock the form, like it can start at certain points and end at a certain point. So when you come at around 5, you will see that the form is not accepting your responses because I have set it that way. When you go to like set time duration, you could click here like each question, how many minutes, if that is what you want. You can also shuffle the question. That means that question 1 can go to 2, can go to 5, so that when you do the second time, like if you are doing the form, you filled once and you are filling for the second time, then the questions may not necessarily come in the order you found them earlier on. So many other action points here, you can just customize it the way you want it. When you click preview, this is like how it will appear. Okay, on a computer, this is how it will appear. When you click on mobile, this is how those responding to the form, this is how the form will appear. Okay, you can get back. When you click collect responses, this is where now you get the link, because the form has already, it has a link attached to it. From this point, you can see anyone can respond. This is the link, but you can shorten the link. Click here, the link will be shortened, and then you can copy the link. So once you copy the link, you can go to WhatsApp or any platform that you feel you want to share that link for people to engage. When you move to the right, top right, we have present. You can present this live. That's what you really want. The 3 dots you can do a collaboration. I can add someone here and then we can collaborate, assuming it was an assessment, an exam. I teach pre-tech grade 9. Another teacher teaches another stream, pre-tech, and we need to work together. And we are at home. So I can add that person as a collaborator so that we populate this form together. You can print the form. If that is what you want, it can go as a PDF. And yeah, it's very, very much pleasing. Remember, because you're working online, the form is automatically being saved. So that's how we engage with the form. I want to share this link to the WhatsApp. If you are able to respond, you can respond quickly. And then if there's anyone who was following and was able to do a form or a quiz, you can share to us, share the screen, and so we can see like what is it that you are picking. So I'm sharing this link and you can pick it from there as we wait for questions.
Okay, thank you. I can see Salim's hand up. As he shares the link, kindly let us respond to it. Salim, kindly talk. Unmute and talk, sir. Salim? Salim?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Can you raise your concern or any question maybe you have?
Okay, I'm getting some difficulties.
Okay.
Hearing.
Okay.
So maybe if you could address it there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Any other person with any concern?
Anybody who has tried to like quickly make a form or a quiz, 2, 3 questions?
There is another question in the chat. Okay. Somebody, Martina Maluda, can I collaborate more than one person?
Yes,
then
we can collaborate. Yeah.
Rachel Nyabuto, I think that is what I read the other time. So that's the only question. Can I collaborate more than one person?
Yes, sure. You can collaborate even 10 people, 20, can just work together. If it's a project and it's about forms or it's about surveys, you can create section 1. Another person can create section 2. So you can really collaborate with even more than one. That's very possible.
Okay, thank you. Let me see. Kindly repeat how to create forms. I don't have the name, but I believe there is a concern there. There is an interest on how to create the forms. I believe it will be also good if there is somebody within the class that has got it right, can come in, share the screen, and do the same thing.
Exactly.
Virginia, I can see your hand up. Do you want to do it for us? Kindly unmute and
No,
talk.
I have a question. Like after creating, there's a part that the facilitator was talking about sharing. That last bit, kindly, can you repeat? Yes.
Oh, the last bit.
Yeah,
okay,
after now you created, yeah.
Okay, thank you. And then we are interested in anyone who was able to get everything and can do something. Oh, the last bit, I think you can see it on the walls back in your school. Can you be able to see the screen, our presenter? Thumbs up if you can be able to see it. Yeah, I can see, people can see the screen.
Okay, so just sharing the form is very simple. You see this button written collect responses. Then you click on it. This form has a link attached to it, has a link, but you can also create a QR code. You know what a quick response code does? You scan it. You can do that. So if you don't want to share using the link, you can create a code, QR code. So somebody scans the code and then is able to access the form. But before you share, look at this section. Send and collect responses. Make sure if this form is not directed to specific people, then make it that anyone can respond. Otherwise, if I'm not in TSC and you said only people in TSC, then the form will refuse my responses. I hope that's clear. So here you shorten the link. You can shorten the link or you can just copy the way it is. So if I click shorten, the link is made shorter and then I can copy. So when you click copy, it goes to your clipboard. And this now you can share through email, you can share through WhatsApp, you can share through any platform that you feel is good and that it can reach the audience. And that's how you share the form. Hope that's clear.
Maybe a form of additional also. If we condition it to TSC only, it's only those who hold the Mwalimu email accounts that will be able to respond. So anybody outside, and you can also use a text message. You can send it via text message, normal text message. When you copy and paste it there, it will just respond. The correspondence will come. Can we have somebody to do the demonstration so that we can know that we are moving together with everyone? Anyone who is ready to come in so that you can be able to see your screen and you take us through the steps that our facilitator has given us? By show of hands.
We can proceed if nobody is willing to share, but that's how it will happen. Even your normal classes, you ask questions and people they don't want to respond. So do you assume that all is well? That's our assumption. So let's proceed then. Let's proceed. I want us to move to what we call classwork. So we get back to Teams. We get back to Teams.
But a facilitator say I can see Kare's hand up. Is he ready?
Okay. Okay,
yeah,
please,
Kare.
please.
I believe this one is Bagamoyo, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
Kindly unmute and talk, sir.
No, good afternoon. It was just by good luck. It's not by bad luck.
Yeah, fine. Okay, welcome. Welcome. Yes, sir. Bwana Muhammad. It's like
Okay.
Yes.
Is could be having an issue there.
Okay.
All right.
No, I've said I'm okay. I'm okay.
Fine.
Hello. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Fine, fine, sir. Fine.
So I want us to move to once we created the theme, that is yesterday, but one, we also saw how we can create clip mutes. We also saw how we can mute kindly.
Kindly unmute and continue, sir. I've muted all.
Okay. So I was saying, this is now the class environment, the team that we created last time. By now, you should be aware that a team could be like the class that you are teaching, and that if you are teaching grade 7, you could be teaching like 2 subjects, let's say maths and English. So the same teacher can create a team, and that team could be team for the class, like grade 7 class. And then if you want to break down, like now you could be sharing stuff for maths and stuff for English separately, then you could move down and create the channels. And then the channels, as we saw yesterday, you can also like manage them as standard or private. But when you are at that point, we have created the team, we have this part here written class notebook. So what does class notebook mean? Class notebook, this is a digital space where your learners can collaborate. This is a digital space where you, the teacher, can share resources to your learners. This is a digital space where you can also even share assignments. So learners can collaborate. You know, we are in the dispensation of CBE, where we really emphasize that work in pairs, learners to work in groups. So you can imagine then, how is it possible in the virtual space with teams and a class notebook? It's very much possible. So what you need to do, those who are following, go to your team, the team you created, locate class notebook and click on it. So once you click on it, it's saying, give your students a private space for notes and canvas for collaboration. So let's say set up a class notebook. Now, when you click set up a class notebook, you're given 2 options here. You could start from a blank notebook. You can also start from existing, assuming you had other notebooks earlier on. You could use them as existing and bring it to this new team. So let's assume that we are starting from scratch or from the beginning, and we click new. So what happens here, you have some explanation. That class notebook comes in, there are 3 or 4 main areas. The first main area is collaboration space. It's written, team notes are stored here for everyone to see. All channels will have sections here. This is where learners can collaborate. They can work together to accomplish a project. We have another section under class notebook, which is content library. And this is where publish course material to students. The teacher can just share. If you want to share like a course outline and you don't want the students like to edit, it's a read only. They are able to access, but just read. They can't even edit the material that you have shared on that space. Teachers only space, a private space for teachers. So if you are working on an assignment, let's say an exam, this is your space, because that exam, before you publish it to the students, they need not to see it. So this is your space. Whatever you do here, it's only you as the teacher who is able to see. The students cannot see the work there. And then we have student notebooks. Now here you can have a conversation on one-on-one. You can pick a student and start a conversation. Support that student at an individual basis, if that is what you need. So up to that part, then you click next. Okay, you're told set up the sections in each student's private space. You have handouts, you have class notes, you have homework, you have quizzes. These are just subsections. Like if you want to push handouts, where will they go? It's like a folder. If you want to push class notes, where will they go? If you want to push homework, where will they go? So you then, it is okay, then you have to just click create. So it says getting your class notebook ready. So I'll give it some few seconds to load. All right, so this is how it opens, and it comes with some explanations. So the explanations, the ones I've actually been talking about, that each notebook is organized into 3 parts, main parts: student notebooks, a private space shared between the teacher and each individual. That is the student section. Content library, a read-only space where teachers can share handouts with students. Collaboration space, a space where everyone in your class can share, organize, and collaborate. You're seeing that? So how do you start this class notebook? The information written there is for you to get to know where you can start. Okay, but now you see this icon here. I'm just pointing this icon. Remember, we're creating a class notebook within our team, and the team is RABAI. So the first thing you need to do is to add a section. Add a section. You can add a section. Let's say resource materials. Let's say resources, learning resources. Learning resources. This is the section we shall just be putting our resources there. Learning resources. You can see once you put a section, it appears down here, making a list to already the items provided. So what is next? You need to add a page. Add a page. Already where you see the cursor blinking, that's where the page has to be added. So let's say learning resources, yes, but we can say videos under learning resources. Can classify them as videos. You can add a page. Another one, we could call them, I call it pictures. You could add another page. You could call it interviews. Kindly mute.
Mute and continue, sir. I'm muted.
You have created a class notebook. You have added a section, which is learning resources. And within learning resources, we have 3 main areas. We have pictures, interview, and videos. So assuming you have resources in form of videos, okay, in form of pictures, then you come and put them here. Assuming you have resources in form of videos, then you come and put them here. And this space is also allowing copying and pasting. Assuming you have resources for in form of videos, you can come and put them here. Interviews, the same. So what happens? You are in learning resources yet, but you have subsections, and that each section is having different learning resource. Now, if you don't want to work around with the section you have added, you could go to collaboration space. The section's already created. Okay. When you click collaboration space, then you are told use the collaboration space, and here now you are able to add under collaboration. You can also add a page because collaboration space is the section. So you need to add a page. And we say this is a space for all the learners. They can work together. Whatever you post as the teacher is visible to all the learners. So let's say projects. Let's say projects. Okay, that is a page for project. So anything you put here, the learners are able to see and they are able to work on it. If you need to share content like course material, okay, you click on the section content library, okay, and then you use that section for content library. You add a page. In this case, you can say course outline. The content library section is where students can just view, read. They can't edit anything there. Now, under teachers only, I can, now this is where I am making an exam, okay? So the page here should be midterm assessment. So remember, this is an exam and I don't want my student to see, and that's why I've put it under teacher only. No student will be able to see this. If this team has several people, this team has one person whom I added, Mr. Wekesa. So I can have a conversation with him. You can see, I can put material for him. When I click Mr. Wekesa, if you have many other students, they will appear here, all of them. So you can pick the one you want, add a page, and say homework, because now this is a person who is struggling with reading. So you want to give specialized, individualized homework. And remember, this is not homework for everyone. It's only meant to Mr. Wekesa. So that's how you interact with class notebook. It's all about managing your class remotely. Let's hear if there are questions.
Okay, from the chat, possibly let me check. I cannot see any response in the chat. Possibly if there is anyone, by show of hands, we can be able to allow you to ask your question. I can see people appreciating by clapping, meaning they are together with us. Anyone with any concern, any question, any additional that will add value to what we are giving out? You can see appreciations all across. So meaning they have gotten it right.
Okay, thank you for that. If you got it right, I know this may be very, it could be much for you for the first time. If you are seeing this thing for the first time.
Unmute and continue because somebody was interrupting. I've muted.
So I'm saying this could be a lot of content for the first timers, but I'm very sure if you have the open mindset and you give it a try, please give it a try. Press the keyboard and make it work. Don't just listen. I think that is the only way you can even scale your skill and help yourself, help the students as well. So if there are no questions then, I will jump to the other item. I will jump to the other item.
I think you can proceed, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So the other parts of our discussion needs to be classwork. We have talked about class notebook. We talked about assignments yesterday, and I want like briefly talk about classwork. Remember, we are in the team. We have created the team. We have created the channel, but we want to get even more organized. So classwork section gives you that ability as the teacher to put everything under one place, where that students do not fumble, like move to this application, come back, move to another outside application. Within teams, yes. Within channels, yes. But under classwork, where everything is like one-stop shop. You know how it is in a supermarket. You get into a supermarket and you are able to buy like all the things that you have in a shopping list. So classwork is similar to that, a place where you can organize all your class activities as the teacher, and the students can just interact with it or interact with the resources within classwork. So when you click classwork here, then you have to create what we call a model. And the model is like a subsection of a course. The model could be, if you are teaching, let's say, science, and perhaps you want to focus on Scratch, that is grade 9, that could be a model. So you come here and create, and you are given two options. You could create from new, you can create new model, or you can reuse. You can pick an existing one. If you already had a model earlier, like you had a class and maybe it transited to senior school and you want to reuse that content, then you don't have to create another model. You just pick from existing and it will pull that module section from wherever it was in that team. So let's go to new. Now, how do we name this model? Let's say code with Scratch. Code with Scratch. Okay. Then you can give description. All coding, all things, can say all things for coding with Scratch available here. This is just an example of a description available here. Okay, if this is what you need as the description, then click save. Now, remember we are within classwork and we have created a model. But within the model, we need to add some stuff. So you need to go to where it's written, add resources or drop files here. So click that and see. When you click that font, you have several options. You can bring a file, okay, direct from your computer. You can pick a file from OneDrive. You can pick a file from Teams. You can create one just direct from my Word document, Microsoft Word online. You can hang around with this and see what works best for you. So you can also do an assignment. So if I want to create an assignment within the module code with Scratch, this is where I go. You can add from this class, okay? Remember the class is the bigger team. You can create new assignments. You can create a quiz. A quiz is, it will direct you to Microsoft Forms. You can also talk about learning accelerators, where this is an AI-enabled tool. If you want to support your learners who have reading issues, you know how we struggle with executing an assessment for reading aloud, where you call the student one-on-one. He reads, you listen. You count how many words this person has read within a minute. That whole process is simplified. So if I want to do an assignment and I want to use a learning accelerator, in this case, reading progress, then I can go to reading progress. I click on it. Remember, it's an assignment, and this assignment is about reading. I want to support my learners to know how to read. So I'll click that, it brings me here. I can import a Word document. If I have a text, a paragraph in a Word document or PDF, I can bring it here. I can use AI to generate a paragraph. I can browse from my library and pick one. So let me use AI for this case. It asks me. All right, so can you mute, please?
Mute and continue, sir.
So it will ask me, generate custom passage, right? You can generate reading passages instantly. Select from the setting below to customize the passage for your class. So topics, I want like a topic which is friends and family. Length of the paragraph, I can customize here depending on the level. 100 to 200 words. Maybe that could be enough for grade 5 or grade 6. Okay, let's say grade 6. And then the language, of course, is English. I'm not sure whether we have Kiswahili here. You have to search and see if you get it. And of course, it must be there. Now, it's saying here, the words the class found most challenging. Challenging words from previous reading will appear after the first reading. So this is a place where you can support the learners to get to know how to read and support them remotely. So now I want this paragraph. So you click the AI tool and the paragraph appears. Emotions are feelings we have inside us. They can be happy, sad, scared, or blah, 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 up to this far. If you feel like you want to edit, don't hesitate. You can add something here. You can add your own stuff. But again, you need to like read through and see, is it factual? Does it make sense? Okay, if you feel like this is okay, then add the paragraph. Remember, it's an assignment. So this assignment here has 130 words. I can come back and edit. How will the student see? You can click on student view. On the right, you can put the level, reading level, maybe beginner or simple. Let's say beginner. Beginner. The genre, is it fiction or non-fiction? I could say non-fiction. Number of attempts, like how many attempts do you want this learner to try? It could be 3. After 3 attempts, let's see the progress. Time out, how much time? Let's say 5 minutes. You should read the paragraph. Okay. So you can do the settings here until you feel you are good to go. If that is fine, then you go next. All right, remember it has attached itself as an assignment under classwork, the module Scratch, code in Scratch. Then you have to give it a title. Assignment 1. Assignment 1. Then description, read the paragraph. The paragraph. And maybe say answer questions. Answer all questions correctly. Okay. Put a full stop. Read the paragraph and answer all questions correctly. So again, to the right here, you can attach a rubric. You can put a deadline here. Okay. You can put it here. But the most important thing, because it's a reading paragraph, I think a rubric will make sense. So click rubric. This we did yesterday. You can do it like manually, you create from scratch. But the best for me is to use AI. So I click here. I give the rubric title, reading aloud. You can say reading aloud. Okay, language is English. What do you want the rubric to evaluate? Let's say fluency. Okay, or maybe reading skill. Reading skills. Then you go next. Now, when you go to the next, this is where you put like the level we said is grade 6. And this one you can custom that you put exceeding, meeting, and those things we use in CBC. But if you don't want to use that, you could say excellent, good, fair, poor. But let me custom here.
Kindly unmute. There's somebody that was interrupting. Unmute and continue.
You could say exceeding expectation. All right. Here you say meeting expectation. Meeting expectation. You could say here below expectation. You could also say here, is it below? Below should be the last one. Okay. Let's put here, and then here we write approaching. Approaching expectation. So this is the levels we are going to use. And then you are asking, what criteria will this rubric evaluate? You have suggestions. AI has given you suggestions. Comprehension, accuracy, pick it. Pronunciation, clarity, pick it. Fluency and reading, that's enough. Then now create the rubric. AI does the work for you. This is a rubric that you could have spent a lot of time to create. I'm very sure creating a rubric is not a joke, and especially for analytic rubric. So look at this. What is it? Does it mean on exceeding expectations and comprehension accuracy? It means you answered all questions correctly and showed deep understanding of the paragraph. What does it mean when meeting expectation and pronunciation and clarity? This is how it comes. So if this is good for you, please attach it. And then the way we did it yesterday, this assignment can be pushed. You can save it and push it later. That is scheduling. You can save and keep working if all what you have done is not enough, but you can assign now. So if you click assign now, then that assignment goes. So those members in this class module, in this team, in this case, I had Mr. Wekesa, should be able to have a notification under his activity feeds, and that the assignment is a reading assignment. So when you read,
it's true, sir. I have the notification in my activity.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So when you act on that, you'll see the magic. I've said too much. Questions, reactions, contributions.
Okay, I think where we are now, we need contributions, reactions, and whichever our able facilitator has done it so well. And if it is also good and encouraging to hear from you. Kindly, any question, any addition, even compliments are welcome. By show of hands. Are we here? By show of hands, please.
Mr. so you have a very tough
Yeah, I
class.
can see Bwana Alphonse, Mwanakombo Mohammed. Let us allow our officer, then after that Mwanakombo Mohammed will come in. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Dear colleagues and members, honestly, our co-facilitator has done it so wonderful. May I appeal to you and confess that what he has taken us through, deeper than what we were taken through during our training. That is so wonderful, Bwana Joel. Keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you for the compliment. Any Mwanakombo, I saw your hand up. I can see Salim, if you are okay. Salim, come in, please.
So, hello everyone.
Okay. Well,
Yes,
hello.
I'm Madam Mwanakombo.
Yes.
And mine is to congratulate the facilitator for the good work done.
Yes.
She has, he has taken us to another level. Some of
Yes.
us were afraid of these tools, but
Yes.
from today onwards, we shall take the challenge. Thank you very much for the good work done.
Thank you, madam. Salim. Salim.
Okay, here I am.
Yeah, welcome.
Yes,
sir.
that's a good. That is a good work, good job. Okay, my queries are after the student is through with the assignment. Will you just have to push it back to the teacher, or you just do it on the? You just do it there, and then the teacher will find it there without even pushing it back again.
Oh, that is after doing the assignment.
Yes, yes.
You are asking whether it will be visible on the teacher's dashboard.
Yeah.
Okay. He has heard you and will come in right away.
Because to add on that,
yes,
in a real time experience,
yes,
teachers are having challenges whereby they give assignment, but the pupil will not bring books for marking. Even after you have asked them to collect the books, some of them will just dodge or stay with their books in a class of, let us say, 8.
Okay. Fine. We have heard you, sir. Bwana Joel? Bwana Joel?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Are you able to see my screen?
No, maybe it's booting.
Let me try to share again.
Okay.
So what Malim is saying, that's very much possible. And yeah, we have had students dodging that like they are given assignments, they don't do, and you can't even know whether they are struggling. So within Teams, you can support these learners. Are you seeing my screen now?
Yes, I can see
so
it.
if I pushed an assignment to you as the learner,
yes,
then I am able to see down here how many learners have even viewed, leave alone doing. Once you open the assignment and you don't do anything, I can even see from my end that status showing that this person has viewed the assignment.
Yeah,
At
right
least
away.
you have seen.
Yes.
Now, when you do the assignment, you have to turn it. You have to, there's a button written turn in, turn the assignment, return, turn the assignment. So once you turn it to me, it's here. You see now, here, returned assignments. I should be able to see like how many have brought the assignment. And then, of course, I have the section for feedback. So if I see like I have 50 students and like 30 have seen, they have done, but the others have done nothing, I can give a direct message to them like, hey, what is happening? Have you seen the assignment? How best can I help you? Then the student will see an activity, a message on the activity page. It could say, I have got no power for days. The assignment is challenging. Could you simplify that? So you interact with that specific individual until the time that he or she is able to submit the assignment. So your question is taken care of. Remember, this is a virtual space. It's a virtual environment. Like now, I am not around. I'm kind of very much far away from RABAI, but I'm facilitating this and I can mark the assignment. I can do everything within the virtual space. So you don't have to be close to you. That's the essence. And the platform is so much secure for everyone. You can't like have 40 students. The next time you open, you have like 80 students. Others have joined and don't know where they came from. Not very much possible. Really, the space is safe. And I must say it here that you are safe when you use Microsoft Teams. Thank you. Any other question?
I think when you check the screen now, I've viewed the assignment, and it can be it is visible on the screen, although I've not finished everything. So I believe this is a good. It's very interactive, by the way. So I think Malimu has been answered. Any other concern? As we prepare someone to pray for us, but that is after hearing from our bosses who are also within this call. Any other concern? Let me see the charts. I believe what I can see in the charts, these are compliments. It's a wonderful lesson from Martina Maluda, John Gishane, Karibu, Madam Jacqueline, Bakari Juma, a very good presentation. I'm following from Mwele, good. Then Zia, good job, Bwana Joel, keep it up. So I think those are compliments. And I can also see some clap for you. And I believe we are good to go. So from this end, I believe it will be fine for us to allow our officers to weigh in on whatever we have done today. And then
before that, Mr.
yeah, sure.
Wekesa, I just want to say something. And
welcome,
before
sir.
you bring them on board, and yeah, we can call it a day.
Yeah.
I also need to extend my appreciation to everyone, and especially the organizer of this event. I'm not sure whether this is last day, but Mr. Gishane will communicate. But from the office, I personally extend my appreciation for being given the opportunity to help and learn together with you people. So the one thing I want just to extend is please what you learn. There has been a problem of transfer of skills. Like we have had so many other trainings, but then when we get back to schools, then we don't pick, like, try anything that we have learned in those trainings. So it means that there's a gap, and the main person who is supposed to be the beneficiary, the learner in this case now, ends up not getting enough. So I want to challenge you people. I know there are so many issues in schools, including our population, no power, no laptop. But again, you can still do something, even with your phone and your personal laptop. Please, as a teacher, I would suggest that you plan and get your own laptop, okay? Because even the government, today I was reading the news, and there's an article that we are getting to a place where assessments will be online. Assessments will be online. So some schools will be registered to undertake the e-assessment. So that means then if you are really waiting, like, to be deployed as an invigilator, then you may wait forever if you don't have the skills, like even to like know whether this student is cheating or not. And so those are some of the skills that are we need to push ourselves and move away from the comfort zone. Stop being the teacher of chalk and board. From where I sit, I am also like kind of privileged. I can support the school with tablets, and those tablets can also benefit the student. 13 new tablets, you can imagine. I can give the school 13 tablets, all the schools in RABAI. Thank you. I think, Wekesa, you can pick it from there. I don't think I'll say a word. I prepare to go.
Okay, thank you, sir. I believe it is so inspiring, and I also saw the article. And in fact, those who are going to do the qualifying test for KIPSEA are the beginners, are the pioneers of the e-tests. So I think we are moving, we are transforming from those orthodox methods to the new era. So it's a challenge to us. Let us stand together and move together to the right direction. So at this juncture, I want to take also this opportunity to thank the team. It has been quite a wonderful team. The most disciplined one, because we had very minimal interruptions. And I want to just say you are very wonderful people. Thank you so much. I want to also wish that we get one, maybe by show of hands, the one that will pray for us as I usher in our officers to give us their closing remarks.
You can put your camera on and take a photo if that is good for you. And if the background is good, you could put a camera on as the officers come on board.
Okay, any officer available for us? Bwana John Gishane, Bwana Alphonse Gona. Yeah, I can see Bwana Alphonse. Take the floor, sir.
Yes, thank you very much, Brother Wekesa. I'm not also very sure whether today is the last day or we are going to proceed with some few days. However, may I take this opportunity to appreciate and thank each and every member who was on board, starting with our able facilitator and moderator. What I would wish to say here is, if today is going to be the last day for this training, or whichever other day that will be the last day for us with this training, my appeal to our ICT champions is that, as you have seen, there is a lot for us to learn and unlearn. Therefore, kindly, schools like Isaac Nyondo, Lubwe, and even probably Benyoka, the teachers, you can come together, schedule on a day, probably one day a week, and try to revise together what we have learned. Because there could be some areas that you learned well, another one did not learn well. You can collaborate and share, revise, and by so doing, I believe we are going to be better, and already we are better than how we started, and we are going even to be best. Thank you very much once again. May I wish you a blessed weekend. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the words of encouragement. And I believe we need to be up to the task and ensure that we maintain the skills. Even we have programs like TeamMake and whatever. I believe we're well organized with the kind of system that we have around. I believe it will put us to practice and ensure that we make use of our ICT skills even back at school. I can see Bwana John Gishane. I want to use this name, John the Baptist. Kindly come and baptize us. Welcome, sir.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank you, the moderator and our facilitator, for the good work you've done. And also to congratulate ourselves for availing ourselves throughout these 3 days. It has been a wonderful sessions. We've learned, all of us, from primary, junior, and senior schools, and the attendance was quite good. So I believe that what we've got, we are going to cascade it down to the rest. I've also observed that a few of us, apart from, the head teachers, the principals, sometimes you might be having some issues and you are on hold as you attend other things. But as some members who are also on hold, you are seeing them, they are in, but they are not actually with us. So that one is not really very good, because we put you here so that you can learn, and then you go and take the same information, the same message to the rest. So if you are not in, you are in technically, then it is not very good. Otherwise, majority of us really participated, very interactive. I'm happy about that. Concerning the training time, I've consulted, and it was supposed to be at least 4 days. So we've been given a date to extend. So it is up to us members whether we are going to extend tomorrow, maybe on a Saturday. The majority of us, I know you are busy, but we can also extend on Monday, at least to have 4 days. If we can also extend on Tuesday, well and good. But the training should be at least 4 days. So members, it's up to us. The organizers, that Mr. Kesa and Joel Kitsokizo, we shall see how we can do it. We extend, and maybe during that time, we can as well try to see how we can make the schemes of work using the Copilot, as we have done it. I have seen how you have done it, but I wish if we could even try one, at least once, so that our teachers can see how it is supposed to be done. And because we have a few head teachers here, now they can also learn and know that it's not necessarily these teachers of ours to do handover written documents. They can also well command, and they get all the information which they need for them to teach. And that way, at least we will have embraced the ICT, and because we are going the digital way. Otherwise, I believe that one now is clear that 3 days are not enough. As per the commission, they want at least 4 days. So we can agree. We extend on Monday and Tuesday, or we extend on Monday, whichever way, at least so that we can have at least 4 days. Otherwise, I want to wish you well. I want to thank everybody and for participating and taking your time. In fact, you have gone beyond 2 hours. This is very good. Otherwise, I want to wish you well. I also want to thank our IT county, Mr. Ahmed, Bwana Karanja, for the good work they are doing, wherever they are. They are in the hall, I know, they are with us. So I wish to thank them. And on behalf of the sub-county director, again, I want to say a very big thank you. I wish you well. And that is it. I think Joel and Moses, you can react on that so that we see which is which. I wish you well. Thank you very much. And have a blessed weekend. Yeah, it's on a Friday. The Friday is a weekend. We count it as a weekend. Tunajua tumeanza. Wengine wanasema tumekaa sana and they want to. Anyway, that is by the way. Thank you very much. I wish you well.
Okay, thank you, sir. I believe we are comfortable, whichever position. Bana Joel, do we do it on Monday?
Maybe we can talk about it, but yeah, Monday will be fine.
We shall communicate on the wall. We shall communicate on the wall. I believe up to this point, let us have someone to pray for us. Because we started with God, it's good we end with God. Jacqueline, are you here? Oh, there is Virginia Mweni. Congratulations. I think you are coming in again. Madam, take it out. Take it from me, the mic, and pray for us.
Let us pray. Everlasting dear Father, I want to thank you for the care, for being with us throughout the session, Almighty Father. Thank you for facilitators. Thank you for this opportunity that you have given us to us, Almighty Father, King of Glory. Thank you for whatever we have learned. May you help us that you're going to implement it, Almighty Father, King of Glory. May you protect us even as we are waiting for the facilitators to update us on the next day that you're going to have the session. May you be with us, protect us, and guide us all. For in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
And amen. Amen. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Happy weekend.
Hope the form is there for registration, sir.
The registration form, kindly we will post it on the chat and the wall. You will be able to fill